It's like going swimming in the beach. Wow. Oh wow. God, I don't know what this guy came through. Maybe he got here really early from the direction I came in, because that's much more passable. This is not. This is probably going to be my most nervy part of the walk, if I go for it. What am I doing? What am I doing? It's really quite bad. I'm just going to have a think about this. Hello, and welcome once again to another training walk with me, Terranian, on my journey towards the National Three Peaks Challenge. Hello again, welcome to today's walk, and that is it, walk complete. Thanks for joining me. We are at an impassable point. No sooner have I started my walk in Pulborough with the intention of walking all the way to Amberley that I've come to an impassable point. I mean, I knew there'd be flooding today. There's been so much rain for the last few weeks, and I've come across so many flooded areas on my walks. I've even got a secret weapon today, which I was hoping to deploy. But I think even that's going to be beaten by what I found literally around the corner from the car park this morning. Like I said, I knew there'd be flooding today, and I knew there'd be a lot of water, but I didn't quite expect it to be this bad. Especially straight away. I mean, my route was picked to come across the flooding in the hope that I might beat it today with my secret weapon. But, like I said, I think even this is too much for it. Taking a step out there is a path. I can see it going into the water now. But how deep it gets and what's out there in the middle, I don't know. I'm not prepared to take the risk. It would appear the River Arun's burst its banks, which is just there. And over here, it would just be fields. They just get flooded too quickly. And like I said, that was the intention, is to come and experience some of the flooding and hopefully beat it with my secret weapon. It's just not worth it. However, I've come out to go for a walk today, so I'm going to try to find an alternative route. Come, see if we can find one. So instead of going through the fields just to the south of Pulborough now, I'm going to circumnavigate anti-clockwise around the side and down the country road in the hope that I can find a link back to my path. Of course, it says so on the map, but whether or not it's flooded is another thing. Pretty much guarantee it is, but maybe it won't be as flooded as this area behind me. And at least then, maybe, my secret weapon can be deployed. Because no matter what I use, over there, it's going to be a swim. I found a footpath. It takes me right through a field, away from the road. And I've got some friends to walk with as well. Hello everyone. I know this is your breakfast, but I need to walk through here because I want to get away from the road and make sure it's not waterlogged. You know, I'm being followed. It's the attack of the sheep. They're actually following me now. I'm going to get attacked by all the sheep now. This is a bit weird. Ah, they're all coming over. Look at this. Hello. Hello. Oh my goodness. Maybe they think I've got food. You see, look, they're giving up. They're giving up. So I've got no food for them. So I guess I'm officially starting the walk now. Hello again. Thank you for joining me. So today's walk is from Pulborough, which I've now left successfully without having to swim. I'm going to take a southwesterly route, zigzagging through close to the River Arun and a few sort of lowland areas towards Amberley, in the hope that I'll find something interesting, flooding, but at least passable without having to swim through it. And then I'm going to get the train up to Billingshurst, and then I'm going to walk from there back to Pulborough to complete my walk. With the two sections, part 1 and part 2, it's just a bit over 25k. However, with my rerouting, I'm probably cutting off a little corner from Pulborough. So I get back to the road, cross that, and then I'm on a bridle path back towards the same sort of terrain south of Pulborough, similar, even further south. It's probably going to be just as flooded. But that's all right. I'm quite enjoying the challenge of rerouting on the spot. I'll go back over the train line, back over the main road, and I'm back on the other side where that massive flooding was. So I'm both equally excited and nervous to see what I find on the other side. But maybe it's not flooded so much, but just enough so I can deploy my secret weapon, which is the reason for my 65-litre rucksack today. I love bridges. Okay, I'm on the other side of the road now and back in this area of flooding, and I can see patches already. Do you know what? I'm feeling all right today because so far I've not had to go through anywhere where I can't walk back, and that I think caught me out last time. Too much stuff. That I think caught me out last time. You know, when I start finding myself going deeper and deeper into somewhere trying to find a way out, when I could just instantly turn back, that should be a red flag for me, and it is from now on. This is all fine, perfectly accessible in both directions, and that's the way I think I like to keep it. But again, I've got a few tools in my bag now as well. I just hope I get to use it in a way, because it'd be fun and funny in equal measure, I think. Just watch this space. Ugh, see how bad it gets. Oh, goodness me, that's crazy. Oh. Okay. So here we go. This is where I should do a 180. A nice little footpath here that's barely above the waterline has ended with water. So you can see it's come from that side and just burst all the way down the path there. So I've got a choice. Do I go back, which is the easy, obvious option? I know it's safe. Just go back to the car and give up for today. I could make a 10-minute video out of this that would be barely interesting. I'm going to do that. I'm going to deploy my secret weapon. Here we go. got waders. I am ready. I don't care what I look like. This is how to beat it. This is what you've got to do. Absolutely crazy, the things you've got to do. Just go for a walk in the UK. I haven't even tested these in anger yet. So I hope they don't leak, because I'm going to have very wet feet. I've got spare socks, but just don't go anywhere far enough that you can't come back. That's the golden rule. And don't walk in anything you're not sure of. Right, just as long as I don't find any gators in here, we're okay. Oh, it's soft. It's soft. It's soft. Oh, it's deep. They're doing all right. I'm still dry. I'm still dry. No snakes, no gators. It's actually quite fun. Okay. Oh, prickles. Now, in a way, I'm hoping it gets a bit deeper because there was a lot of effort to put this on. And I do look a bit silly walking around in these just to go walking in the country. So I want to at least validate my efforts. I'm actually feeling like I am already. This is feeling quite, like I said, just as exciting and fun as it is scary. And what am I doing? Honestly, I'm supposed to be training for the National Three Peaks Challenge. I need mountains, not rivers, not ponds. If it gets like this on the challenge, I'm just going to walk back. Okay, that was actually fun. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, now it's dry again, I feel silly. But I'm not going to take these off every 5 minutes. No, we got more. More. This just looks like I'm walking into a big pond or something. Right, I can see the way out. All right, this is pretty deep. But they're holding. They're pretty good. Only a cheap pair for like 35 quid from Amazon. These might last for one walk, they might last for 10. Oh, that was deep. Oh, take it easy. So if I didn't have these, my walk would have been finished by now. So that's something. More water. This is crazy. This is nuts, isn't it? Am I crazy? Oh yeah, okay. I am a little bit to be doing this. I mean, who goes out walking after the storms and the rain, okay? And who picks a route that's flat in the floodplain of a river? Me. Only because I bought these. Ow, that's my ear. Ah, prickly bushes. Bloody bugger. Ooh. Oh, this is proper. I'm starting to get a little nervous now because I can't see the path on the other end. So I'm kind of walking into the unknown. Let's do this. So you can see here, that's my path. Doesn't look too bad, I suppose, on the camera, but I'm already halfway up on my boots now. And still going down and down. God, this is deep. I'm still going down. This is weird. I've never worn waders before. Oh, this is deep. I've gone beyond the boot now and I'm onto the waders, trousers. So now they're being tested and I'm still going deeper. This is so deep. Right, it's cold but not wet, I think. I think that's just cold and not wet, and I'm still going down. Wow. The funny thing is, because they're full of air, I feel like I want to float. I could jump and I'll be like on the moon. Woo! It's one small step for me, and one giant leap for stupidity. Ah, it's getting shallower now. Okay. Why do I do it? Honestly, I'm supposed to be in the mountains. What am I doing in the middle of a flooded field, walking with waders on up to my knees? And I've got to get to the train looking like this. What am I doing? Nutter. I'm getting a little bit confident with these wellies now. This is where I trip over and fall on my arm. This is actually quite fun. It's brilliant. the ever lovely bridge. It looks relatively dry from here on for a bit. Let's see how we go. I'm about halfway through this area I thought that would be really flooded, which it is. At least I'm not stood in the middle of a field up to my waist. I mean, just going up to my knees makes me a little nervous, to be fair. But I'm not out of it yet. Let's see how we go. To get back on my path, I've got to go to the left and across the river, southbound, and there's no other real route options unless I go right around or back. Fingers crossed. If I can cross the river, I think I'm all right. I'll be all right all the way into Amberley. Let's get that train. If I'm a really lucky boy, that's my footpath, and I think it might be. How amazing to have a raised bit of land to walk along. Let's go and find out. So having acquired this lovely raised bit of path now, I'm hoping that's it. There's still a few K to go to get to Amberley. From the river it's up and up and up. So fingers crossed I'm going to move away from all the treacherous flooding. I may even change out of these for the train, but then I might just leave them on for kicks. It's okay. Ooh, that's deep. Yeah, just muddy. Very muddy, but completely passable. Very lucky. It's more than muddy now, it's quite wet. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. But I ain't swimming in the beach. Wow. Oh wow. God, I don't know what this guy came through. Maybe he got here really early from the direction I came in, because that's much more passable. This is not. Okay, well I'm on a path. I'm not going anywhere that's not really well trodden, at least. But here I am again. It's quite flooded, and there's a lot of flow going across there. This is probably going to be my most nervy part of the walk, if I go for it. We'll see. It's quite deep. It's deep from here already. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. I'm going to show you. That's where I've got to walk across. It is totally flooded across the path, but the other end raises up again. Just got to get through this 150, 200 metres. There is some flow across the Bell Spider. You can get off now, mate. Doesn't look fast, but I suppose it doesn't have to be that fast if there's enough water. See all the debris here. There's so much. So much. It's really quite bad. I'm just going to have a think about this. Alright, if you never see me again, you know I'm somewhere under this water. Oh, that's a bit grim. No, it's alright. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try and walk on the more elevated parts. Bloody hell. Try and walk on the more elevated parts, and hopefully it's not going to be too deep. I just want to walk in the mountains. Right, if it comes up to here, that's it. I'm not going any further. Wish me luck. The ground's quite raised up by the fence. There's also a lot of prickly bushes there. If I get a nick in my material here, it's going to get wet. Okay. Whoop. So far so good. I'm barely up to my my wellies, which is nice. If it stays like this, I'm happy. How unnerving is it when you can't see the bottom? You know, your mind plays tricks on you. It says, "Ah, this is too deep. You're gonna sink." You know, I am completely, utterly surrounded now by water, and I'm just thankful it's not so deep. I can feel it up my legs. You barely feel the cold through the boots. What am I doing? What am I doing? It's alright. I'm going to the mountains in 2 weeks. Whoa. Whoa. That goes down. I'm feeling very, very uneasy here. But at the same time, I can see the bottom. More of the flow is really the wind blowing the surface. So it's just like ripples, like waves. Okay, can't see the bottom. I'd say I'm about halfway now. And I'm getting dips, peaks and troughs in the path. Generally though, I can see it. Yeah, I'm about as far in as I have to go out now, probably. And so this is probably one of the craziest things I've ever done. Maybe verging on ridiculously stupid, I don't know. But the only thing that's really unnerving about it is the amount of water. As long as it stays relatively shallow like this, I should get to the other end. I can see the other end. It's probably 50 metres away. Goes uphill. Nice bit of grass. So I'll be quite relieved when I get there, if I make it. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. That second half was easily easier and better than the first. I don't know if it's because I just realised it really wasn't going to get much worse, but I could see the bottom all the way to the end on that one. That was nuts. At least I can say now, the last two videos where I've been trapped by the flooding beat you. See? It's all about the right kit. There's the castle there. Just entering Amberley then. That should be it for this half in terms of flooding. It's been a challenge. So I'm just arriving at Amberley station now, and that concludes the first half of the flood walk. So I've got about a 10-minute wait for the train to Billingshurst. So I'll see you there. I feel a bit out of place on the station here, just like this. Kind of reminds me of a scene from a film where there's a guy who'd otherwise be naked, grabbed an old lady's coat and he stood at the bus stop looking very out of place, and everyone's looking at him as to say, what the? And he just makes some random comment about the weather.
A lot of weather we've been having lately.
It's so funny. Well, welcome to Billingshurst for part 2 of today's flooded walk. Just got to walk through town to the edge and then out into the country towards the river, where the fun continues, I guess. Okay, back to nature. I hope I get this flooding business out of the way so I can get these waders off. They've done a very good job. I'm grateful for them, but they're making me sweaty. But that's not the worst thing. Because they're wellies, there's no padding in the bottom. Very uncomfortable for walking long distances. I'm going to have blisters today. I'm finally coming to the end of the approach, that's what I'll call it, to the path, or the part of the route that takes me closest to the water, the river. But it looks like most of the path goes over the river, bridges, and I think when I get to that part of the route, I'm going to assess it. See if I can derobe, even if it's just temporarily, get myself back in my walking boots, because essentially I've done the last 10-15k in wellies, and it's very uncomfortable to hike in wellies. Well, hopefully I won't need this anymore. We'll see. But for now, it's time to derobe. Oh, that feels so much better. My feet still hurt and ache, but with every footstep there's cushioning and some comfort. Don't ever go trekking in wellies. This road I thought was a path that might have been flooded in a field. There's absolutely no flooding around. I'm right near the river. This road goes over the river. Should be a bridge. It's not marked as a ford or anything. So at least for the next couple of K, what looks like on the map, I get to wear my nice comfortable walking boots. Look at that. Just no way I can get through there. Not even my secret weapon is going to help me now. I've been stumped. The only way is back, otherwise I trespass on private property, and there's a dead end there anyway. The road leads to nowhere, so I have to go back, I think, because I can't go through here. This is just like the start of the day, except I can't go round. I really can't, there's nothing. Only go back. Shame. But I kind of thought that would happen, kind of half expected it. And this is me doing exactly what I said I would do. Instead of going deeper in, even though I can't really try there, instead of going deeper in, steal 180 and go back, find another way. I think that's pretty much it for today. Did get to test out the kit, got stuck into some flooding and beat it. So I'm quite pleased with that. And unless something interesting happens, I will probably see you as I get back to the car in Pulborough. Well, I got what I came for, really. Lots of flooding. Some of it I beat, and some of it beat me. So I'll call that today 1-1. But the flooding overall wins, unfortunately. But it proved to be a bit of a challenge, which I enjoyed. Even straight out the box, there was the flooding immediately on my path. It's just impassable. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that part of it anyway. It was unremarkable after that. Just country roads and town walking. So the last time you saw me was there and here about 7k later. Yeah, nothing. So that's it for today. I don't think I'm going to be going walking locally for a while, especially if it rains again. I'm off to the mountains in a couple of weeks. More about that closer to the time. That's going to be an interesting couple of days actually out in the mountains. Yeah, in about 2 weeks time. So keep an eye out for that. So thanks for watching as always. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to catch you again on the next one. Laters.